sure that I am live everywhere that I need to be live. Let me just make sure that we're good. Make sure that I can hear myself and I can hear you guys. Just let me know there in the comments if you can hear me. Then we can start the show. Of course, today we're going to be speaking about this final that is happening on Saturday between Orlando Pirates. Thank you, Kenneth. Thank you for the confirmation there. Let me just make sure that we're good on all the other. How are you guys today? It's coming home to Twan. Yeah. All I know is that someone is starting to feel a bit of that Pirates pressure. Rulani mentioned Guti, he knows what it's like. They're Pirates. So who knows what's going to happen? No. This preview today, agent. This preview today. Let me just get up and running properly, then we'll see. But Pretoria Soccer League. Hey. I heard Steve Compella speaking about how we need to stop this gap between Sundowns and everybody else is so far. You know, he said 10 points. You know, so Sundowns need to be stopped at all costs. I don't know if he's the only coach that feels that way, but it doesn't seem like the others do. But if that is fine and audio, we're okay. I will go ahead and start the show. Welcome everybody to the Overthinking Football Show. My name is George Mokwena. I am your host. This show happens every Monday to Friday, 12:30 in the afternoon, and then also Monday to Wednesday at 8 p.m. If there's watch-alongs of the big three, we also do that within reason. 5 o'clock is too early, but within reason, then we have watch-alongs of those games too. If you want to watch any of the previous episodes and hear what my panels or myself have been speaking about, just know that they're available in full on Facebook and on YouTube. We're now live on all three at the same time, but you'll be able to watch them back on any of those platforms, and also some really cool content that I do about football that lives on YouTube and on Facebook. Please support me there. I did a video yesterday called the PSL Week, and also the short stuff that we do on TikTok too, guys. Please, supportang. If you are listening on Facebook, if you're listening on YouTube, or you've watched the show before, and you're wondering where these voices come from that I speak to every day, they follow me on TikTok. You have to be following me on TikTok. Join me on TikTok while I'm live. Then at some point I'll say, guys, at the bottom of the screen, I'm going to open it up. Bottom of your TikTok screen, there's going to be a button that says multi-guest that will appear. Click on that button, request. I'll let you in, and you can add your voice to the show live. Guys, just for church announcements, please, guys, if you can, please, can you help by supporting us content creators by bringing these things up? You know, we have platforms that provide voices for fans, but we're not bankrolled by our SuperSport and all those guys. And it does get tough. It is tough keeping these things up, especially for some of us who do this full time. Huge risk I took in putting this up. So please, guys, if you can support, donate a little something to the account that you see on the screen. And also, if you wanna also do it monthly, you can do a membership. You can join the memberships on my YouTube page, the Overthinking Football Show. There's 3 tiers: the 20 Rand tier, a 60 Rand tier, and 150 Rand tier monthly. That comes with certain perks. It does help keep the lights on. Shout out to Pumindo Beni and Exquisite Photo and Video on YouTube, who have subscribed to the Casual Overthinker tier. They're gonna give me 20 Rand a month. Thank you so much for the support. And then also thank you to Mtosta, Buinel, Asperado, Sarani for subscribing here on TikTok. And then thank you to Senzo for donating to this account, Senzo Malinga, and also somebody else who doesn't want to be named. So I'm not going to name them for their wishes, but please, guys, help us carry on keeping these things up. There's Abo Super Sporty, there's all these things. Tina, see, we're not those guys. So in order to keep us here and in order to keep this up, we need your support. So guys, please. Okay, let's get into what we're speaking about today. Today, we're speaking about a certain final that's playing. And When I see Capitec called, man, you must give Capitec money. We're speaking about a certain final. The MTN 8 final is, of course, this weekend. It's going to be Orlando Pirates versus Mamelodi Sundowns, a rematch from the match we saw in the league that Sundowns took 1-0. And as you know, with these big matches, we do hear from the coaches before we start the show. So this is what the coaches had to say. This is what the coaches had to say before this match starts. We're going to go ahead and begin with Jose Rivero, a man who seems like he hates press conferences. But let's hear what he had to say.
Each and every time when you prepare for a match, the mood is good, intensity is high, and we are looking forward to the match.
Good afternoon. It's a good week. We have plenty of time to prepare the game. Something that obviously from the coaching perspective it's good, it's great. We have time to work on every single aspect before the game. In terms of motivation, it goes without saying. We're going to play a final. We're going to play a final on Saturday, so the players are really focused. Just counting the days to find ourselves there 6 o'clock on Saturday and fight for the title one more time.
Okay, we're now open for questions from the floor. As per norm, we've got a roving mic. Please identify yourself as well as the media company you represent prior to asking your question.
Chad from SABC Sport. Coach, just how difficult is it to put these last few results aside and just focus on this one game? It is obviously a final and guys get to motivate themselves, but those results, you just throw them out the window. Is there something to learn from them?
I don't even know which results you are talking about it. I'm fully focused in the final. I'm not a person that used to add drama to the drama. It's done, it's gone, there's nothing we can do anymore. What we can do is do our best this week in order to be prepared. We know we have to execute a very good game if we want to be the champions one more time. And that's where our attention is. We try to learn from the mistakes, but at the same time, like I said, we don't want to, find ourselves crying in the corners about. We look for the future. I think it's an excellent opportunity for us one more time after a difficult period to be in a final and try to prove ourselves in such a scenario like that.
Coach Benjamin Nyirenda Sokaladu. Coach, you played Sundowns in the league and you lost 1-0, and you are playing them on Saturday in the cup final. Would you have preferred not to play them in the league, or that gives you an advantage to say now you know what to expect on Saturday?
No, I think we are both teams. We are teams that we know each other very well. I think there's a big respect between us in both directions, and that means that we both are spending time analyzing each other, trying to understand what both teams are doing, the differences in between the game. There's always differences between us in our direct matches. Last time was not an exception. There were some differences. Probably there's going to be small, little details different in the next game. And like I said already last season, it's nice to play against, because it's a team that is asking many different questions during the game, as we do. So I think it's also attractive for them to play Pirates, and it's always, I think every time we finish that type of games, both teams are better teams, in my opinion. So I think this one is not going to be an exception. It's the first time that we find them in a final, and that's going to make also a little bit of differences in the approaches, maybe, or not. I don't know. Let's see on Saturday what kind of teams we find there, because the nature of the game is different. We've never seen them in a final. It's going to be the first time, so we don't know exactly, how the teams are going to behave there.
Okay, yeah. Behave differently in the final. Hola, Jose. Let's hear what Rulani has to say.
Coach,
How are you, Benji?
fine, how are you, Coach?
Good.
Congratulations for reaching the finals once again.
Thank you, sir.
Coach, you have already played Orlando Pirates and beaten them 1-0 in the league. Do you think that game came at the right time, or you would have waited for the finals before playing them? The second one is on just an update on the injury list. How are the players those who are in out injured? How are they doing?
Yeah, thanks, Benji. The fixture, well, it's in the fixture list, and we know of course we have to play all 15 teams twice in the league, and then of course because we are involved in so many cup competitions, there's that possibility. But the fixture is what it is, At any time we know we have to play everybody, and it's one of the 30 games we have to play. And you are not in control of the timing, so it is what it is. Injury update. There's a lot of work being done by the medical team and the rehab guys, which is very, very good from a sports science perspective. We've only got serious injury to Sipombule, who's still out, and Tapelo Morena out, Tapelo Maseko doubtful, Obas out, will not make it. Nku is back. Lucas Ribeiro will do a late fitness test. So that's more or less what we have. The rest are okay, and we have to manage the situation as it is, and I'm focused on mainly what is on the training pitch and what is available at this moment in time. It doesn't help to focus on the players that are not available.
Thank you. Coach, Tsepo from PNC.
Sure, Tsepo.
Congratulations for making the final.
Thank you, sir.
So, Coach, Saturday offers Sundowns the opportunity to get their first piece of silverware early on in the season. Knowing a team like Sundowns that is obviously fighting for the trophy, the importance of getting that early trophy in the season. Thanks.
Yeah, we have to get it, but this time it's a bit difficult because we're getting it from the defending champions. So we know that we come into the game playing against the champions, and of course that it puts a little bit more from a mental perspective to demand a bit more from ourselves. But of course, this is what cup competitions are about, and the players have done exceptionally well to put the team in the final, and now we've got to just fight for one more game and try to make sure that we start the cup competitions off on a very good note.
Okay. I'm gonna stop it there. So that we can start our own conversation about this game. Let me jump in quickly. Look, this game is... I'm going to do it on anything. No, I'm kidding. This game is a game between the two strongest teams in the country. It's the two currently strongest teams in the country, and it means two different things for the two different coaches, right? I think... as you know, Pirates won 2 trophies last season, and Sundowns was able to get the league, but they struggled in a few places. And this might be a trophy that will legitimize Urulani to everybody else in terms of trophies, or to begin to legitimize him in terms of, okay, now he's won the trophy, now maybe they take him seriously, because still to this day, up to this point, we're still having conversations about whether Rulani is is the proper coach, deserves the praise, should he be getting his flowers, what. We're having those conversations. So this goes a long way. On the other hand, for Jose won these trophies last year, but this year, already knocked out of the Champions League, was 16 points behind Sundowns. This might be a situation where Jose has to coach to get back into the good books, or get further into the good books, or look a little bit better to his fans, because we're not going to be playing Champions League. They're not going to be playing Champions League. So he's coming into this game as saying, "Hey guys, I need to consolidate something because they lost something very, very big on the side." You know, so it's a very interesting matchup. In terms of the match itself, because these are the two best teams, we saw in the first game it was very open. It was, when you say pound for pound, it was pound for pound, because Pirates is a very good attacking team that struggles versus low block, and Sundowns this season is a very good attacking team that struggled a little bit with low block this season, even though they've won. So this is a true test, as Jose Rivero has said, that Sundowns ask questions, but Pirates also asks a lot of questions, and this is a wounded Pirates. Let's be honest. This is a wounded Pirates that is coming off of the 4 losses, that is coming off of getting knocked out of the Champions League. So they have a point to prove in this game, and this is a Sundowns that is looking to carry on with the amazing form they've shown this season, but do something that Sundowns has struggled with a little bit. And that is winning the trophies, the other trophies that are available in SA. So it's going to be a very interesting match, but I don't want to speak too much just yet. Let me bring in the rest of the guests. Guys, I'm going to open it up. At the bottom of your screen on TikTok is a button that says multi-guest. It should appear now if it's not there. Click on that button, request, and let's have a conversation about this matchup. Yeah, Pirates and Sundowns this weekend. I'm going to try to let as many people in. So I'm seeing that it's a lot of people. What I'll do is each panel is going to get a chance to give their general thoughts, and then I'm going to ask you a question, and then we're going to cycle through each of the people that are coming up. If I do have a chance, I'll let you back in and we can carry on the conversation. So let me let in some people here. Let me let in some people, and then we can start the convo. Okay, please mute, guys. When you jump in, please mute. Football Mania, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Oti, my brother, how are you doing?
No, I'm okay, my brother. I'm okay. No pressure.
Yeah.
My heartbreak happened midweek, so I don't have to worry about this game. It's a fan football game. So tell me, I've got two questions for you. What are your general thoughts of this final? And then your second question is going to be, is Jose under pressure? Because there's starting to be some memos about him and his job. What do you think?
All right. So for just a general thought on this game, I mean, if Pirates don't lift this trophy, then I think it's done for South African football.
Ow.
It will be the saddest thing to happen to us this season, and it will just confirm it that Mamelodi Sundowns have got no match, at least in South Africa. So, if they don't do it, I see a lot of other teams also crying. I see a lot of people, rallying with us this Saturday to say we need to take this. If we can take one thing away from Sundowns, can it at least be this cup again? And then in terms of Jose, I'm afraid to say, but I think after Saturday, we might have to look at letting him go. Pirates might do that.
Are you guys really gonna Zimbabwe him?
Unfortunately, we will. it's unfortunate. It happened so quickly. He went out of the CAF so quickly, and now he's faced with another final. Yes, we're happy that we got to the final, but if he doesn't deliver, my guess would be he's out. And if not out, they're gonna play one more game, and then maybe it's a draw. Then starts they appoint a technical coach, whatever. You know how the story goes. So yeah. So I think that's absolutely what's gonna happen. We are hoping they can perform miracle.
What's your prediction for today, for the match? Sorry.
It's going to be a score difference of one goal. Because I'm a Pirates fan, I'm hoping we are that one that gets that one lucky goal at the end, at the 90th minute or so. Because we won't be, if we get it early, we might not be able to defend it. So at least can you get it at the 90th minute, defend for 2 minutes, and then that's out.
Okay. Thank you, my brother. But wait, but I want you to put your head on the block. 2-1, 1-0, 3-2.
1-0.
1-0. 1-0 Pirates. Okay, Pirates fans. I don't know if that's your head or your heart speaking, but we'll hear.
I also don't know.
Let's go to Small Credit Solution. How are you, my brother? Small Credit Solution. Are you with me? Okay, Agent 007. Oh, there we go. How are you, my brother? Can you hear me?
Mara, boss, a couple of years ago, Agent 007 for now. Can you go for Agent 007? I'm trying to fix the network.
I'll come back. Agent 007, how are you doing?
Sure.
I'm having a horrible day. Horrible day.
Horrible day. I can you have meetings in the middle of the night, but I speak collabo.
You Capitec people, man.
Oscar, you Capitec people. Anyway, let's look at this MTN8 final. Firstly, what are your general thoughts? And then secondly, is Jose under pressure?
I buy shoes for the lady. After I pay, the person disappears. You see this thing of trusty locals? Man.
I know you'll be fine. They'll do a
but anyway,
thing.
It's fine. This is probably the most shocking statement you'll ever hear me say.
Okay.
Paris will win this game 2-1.
Are you sure you want to have your people turn on you?
I think I've been battling with this conscience for the whole week, and I think I've been pooping it out that a dangerous wounded Pirates. I would rather have a Pirates winning and then coming to us than Pirates losing and coming to us. So I don't know. Hopefully I'm wrong. I would like to be wrong. I want to be wrong, but yeah, I see you Sundowns fans, but my instinct is telling me we will score first and Pirates will come from behind. That's my worry. And my worry is, we looked better, we looked more balanced without AB on the side with the last game. But I think Urulan is going back to the Camelot with AB there, and Pirates is going to exploit it. And for me, they're a wounded, dangerous team. Because I think Jose is going to give it his all, because I think he's leaving on borrowed time. I don't know if Pirates fans will remember that Oko Uzimbawa, I think he was the one who entered the mini drought for Pirates.
He had a trophy in the bag.
And still he got sacked, So Jose shouldn't be that comfortable, I think if he loses this game and it's international break, there's going to be a lot of murmurings, discussions, and we come back there and you haven't rectified anything, by December you'd be gone, because they'll be thinking we can save the season by January, because there's going to be AFCON there. So a new player coming in, a new coach coming in, you'll have all the time. It'll be like a pre-season, So I think that would be the rationale, that if they were to change a coach mid-season, then approaching December, it will be the best time. So for me, I see Paris winning it. So Tomava Kania, keep your MTN 8, we'll keep our league, but we are brothers, sharing is caring. Let's leave the draft for others.
I see that you're going to be accused of being you're going to be accused that Sundowns now has 56 fans instead of 57.
No, I think it's the brain speaking than anything else, because I think I've seen this movie before that I think you've watched football for long, that when a team is going to a final on a losing streak and a team going to a final on a winning streak, the one which has been losing tends to win. I think I've seen this movie before, and I'm sorry, but I think I'm not a double agent. I'm just speaking what the brain is saying. Bye, guys.
Okay. Well, now you're not going to be allowed at Clorcop anymore. Let Theo, how are you doing?
The envelope is gone.
How's it? I'm good, my guy. How are you?
I'm okay,
Oh,
my brother.
Schwabat.
At least we're going to be watching, eating our chips on couches. Tell me, what are your general thoughts about this MTN8 final? And then also, is Jose under pressure? Because I'm starting to hear, man, I'm a him.
Let me greet everyone on the panel and YouTube, Mr. MC, and those guys on the comment section. It's gonna be a very interesting game. I think by so far we're gonna have a very interesting final. For the past 3 or 2 seasons, it's gonna be a very interesting final. Unpredictable. Both teams on paper, they're on fire. They have sterling players, stars all the way. But for me personally, Mosi Chiefs, the Pirates are Shaisani, but also Sundowns just robbed us recently. So as bonke, but honestly speaking, I think it's not gonna be an easy game for Rulani, and I will tell you why. Rulani is not playing good, guys. Let's be honest. People are gonna be like, Sundowns is playing good football. No. Compare Sundowns and last season, this season there's a big difference. Last season, Sundowns was dominating almost every game. This season, they are just collecting points. They are winning games. That it's like Rulani is installing a winning mentality. Whereas for which was the problem, he has to try and restabilize his team because he has been changing and all of that. Munyani, Bosaling, he has been changing a lot. And he's also now, I think for me personally, he's having a headache with these new players. Other players are not going to play. When you look at the Pirates last season, they had a consistent squad and they had combinations, especially in the middle. They had players, Ndlondo, Ndlondo will start and he was going to, this season, Ndlondo is going to play, not going to play, and for me personally, I think if he has to stand a chance against Sundowns, he has to sit down and analyze, not Sundowns, analyze his own team, check his own strengths, and then work on them. But if he's not going to work on his strengths, I don't want to lie to you, he's not going to beat Sundowns. Sundowns, they have a winning mentality. It's hard to beat a team that has a winning mentality, guys. Even though you can come with a plan, Rulani will outclass your plan. So unless he gets his team or his players in the right mindset, like last season, then I think they can compete. But beyond that, they are just good on paper.
How much is having lost 4 games in a row? How much is that going to play into this game? Because Sundowns might have a winning mentality, but Pirates is a wounded animal right now.
Yeah, but here's the question: do you think Rulani is going to be faced by that? Rulani, guys, you have to understand. Rulani is playing mind games. Rulani has most of his great players back. He knows how to beat. Let's be honest, Rulani knows how to beat big teams, guys. We can run around it. He knows how to beat big teams. And sadly, even though Pirates can be a wounded animal, but don't forget, they can be scared as well to approach the game boldly. You remember what happened to Chiefs? Like Chiefs you have to understand, the Chiefs had no choice in the last games against Sundowns. They had to win the game. But the Pirates can have that mentality. We will try and destabilize them then. They are not going to come and say we want to beat them. I feel like if they can have that mentality as a wounded animal or as underdogs, then they can stand a better chance. And if you also watch their game against Sundowns, you will see as much as they can compete with them. Sundowns, as I'm saying, and I'll say it again, the way Sundowns plays this season is not to play pretty. It's just to create as many chances as they can and then bury a few. Whereas for Pirates, they are trying to play pretty, and them being underdogs in this game, that means they have to take the game to Sundowns, of which I don't see that happening. I don't want to lie to you. Instead, if they can catch them on a counter there and there, then they can cause a threat. But beyond that, if they come with that mentality, no, we're gonna try and match them. That's not gonna happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, all right. Thank you, Theo. What's your prediction?
Our prediction is simple, guys. 2-0 to Sundowns. No offense, I'm telling Pirates, guys. On paper, on the form, I'm an everywhere. Sundowns is not gonna lose to Pirates, guys, man. Man. Let's stop joking around, guys.
Okay, aye. It's Zabona. Thank you so much, Theo. Let me go to Small Credit Solution. Are you back, my brother?
Give also.
No, bro, Ray, ke maketse kuta lunch, man. Ke kuta di pizza mo in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your general thoughts about this final? And then, is Togo under pressure?
Man, ka game ya Saturday for me. It's going to be a nice game. Like for all of us, the whole South Africa will watch it again. It will be a nice game. But obviously, Sundowns is gonna win. I'm so sorry to say that it's gonna win. And then I liked your question that you asked, or what is your prediction? Say, now I so wish I can predict it for you for first half.
Full match.
What I like about that guy is that Sundowns this year is not playing the same way as last year. This year they are creating chances who fit last year. And then Sundowns, they want to win the game within the 25 minutes. They want to win the game, but they make sure they get more than 4 or 5. Understand? Yeah. So if I predict the one of 90 minutes, you remember the last time we go with Sundowns, they are tactical second half. They don't mind getting fouls and yellow cards because of they won the game. They know how to manage the game. So I'm so sorry for Coach Pirate. He's gonna leave. He's going back home to Spain again. Sorry, boss.
Okay.
And then if I give you that prediction, first half, I can just say for 25 minutes, Sundowns will complete more than 200 touches, and then 45 minutes, 4 shots on target, 1 goal, and Pirate no shot on target. I'm sure.
Sure. Sundowns is a winner. Sundowns is a winner from that.
Sure, Basak.
Hey, it's on the man. A Small Credit Solution there. I think at the end of the day, Pirates is a big team. At the end of the day, Pirates is a very important team in the country, but they're not patient. Pirates is quiet. They're very quiet, Mara. When push comes to shove, man, they'll throw you under. You can ask a few coaches that have been there. Malume Kuzo, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you doing?
I'm well, and how are you, Mr. OT?
I'm good. I've got 2 questions for you. Firstly, your general thoughts about your team going into this final. And then secondly, I want to flip it. Does this change, if Rulani wins or loses this final, does it change how we perceive him?
Hey, simamele bayasidelela, sithule nje siyabula. Sithule siyabula. But general feelings, you said, nah? As worried as I am, I feel like people are unfair on my team.
Okay.
There is no way someone is going to say we've lost 4 games in a row. It doesn't make sense. We've not lost 4 games. It's either we've lost 3 in a row or we've lost 3 games in the last 4. Because the Stellies game was done and dusted, but it's a 1-0 loss, right? But the Training game, we might have lost it on penalties, but it's a 1-0 win. So our previous game is a win. People must get it right. You can come at us in always, but please, let's get it right. We won our last game. And then coming to the issue Rulani, I look at him and I think his criticism has been unfair to a large degree and unfounded, one understand.
Okay.
So I don't think it will change anything. Even if he wins, there will be that thing in which you only win because Sundowns has X amount of money. You only won because your star player, the color party, did the things against Chiefs. So I understand.
Which star player? Who's the star player?
Nicolo Party, jersey number 10. Same level as Alendi, the most creative rev of all time. So I really don't think Uti it will change anything. Anyone who has negative thoughts on Urulane will keep them, and anyone who has positive thoughts on Urulane will keep them. And for those who say Coach Rivera must go, you see, this is the sad part about filling up stadiums. Because we tend to invite the wrong crowd. It's nice when it's just half capacity and we are all in one voice. When the team is down, we know which it's time to sing and support. But when we have these other part-timers, when the team is down, they start shouting at the players. Now the crowd is against Ilona, I understand. Is against the team. So I'm just worried with if, like Urulane said, he knows what happens when there's 90% capacity in favor of the Pirates. There will be those clowns who will be there to tell the coach which the coach must leave. I heard someone say the Pirates lineup has not been consistent. I was like, how on earth would someone think our lineup has not been consistent? On what grounds? Just one game where Saleng was missing suddenly. Anyone here can set Ilana Pepper. We all know which it's Ndlondlo and Monari in the midfield. We all know Masonga is the preferred attacker and Lupasa is the preferred attacker. One understand. And the preferred centre back pairing, Sbisi and Kogi. It never changes with Chaini behind them.
And so, Hoto's going to make an appearance somewhere, whether it starts or whether it's a sub.
One understand. We know. So I'm looking at it. I'm saying Pirates over 2.5.
Do you play in Phuket?
I started Nkamdlala, because rumor has it he has a big heart. And that such moments are things that he can control, are things that he's not foreign to. That's what the streets are saying. But blind, he's done this before. He can come back from such. And I repeat, if you watched the Joaneng game, if you have not watched it, go on TikTok and say Mufukeng versus Joaneng Galaxy. There is a pass that he pulled to Hodo. Right in between a defender, he floated a pass onto Hodo's head. In between, he handpicked Hodo. No PSL player can do that other than Mfukeng. So yes, we all have down games, guys. We all have bad games. I mean, I would definitely start him even, unless the only reason I wouldn't start Mfukeng. There's only one guy who would make sure, which I don't start Mfukeng.
Moshe.
Tell me question number 10. SMS Afela, shake my soul. Kiwara Nyoso. If we can get Nyoso in, big match temperament defined. If we can get Nyoso in, or Kapinga instead, then I can put Umfukeng on the bench.
Okay. Let me bring in Zesho. Zesho, how are you, my brother?
Mnandi, you and Mnandi.
No, right, bro. Two questions for you. One, general thoughts about this final, and then number two, does this, or whether if Urulani win or loser or whatever, does this change how people will view Urulani based on the result? What was some question?
Yeah, I won't say much, but I think it's going to be a great game. Big two teams, fully packed stadium. Whereas obviously the game is about Mnandi kakhulu. ukuya ngami Pirates, I think they must redeem themselves going to this game, following lama disappointment, lama results about Tolile and then Nogu pressure out of CAF. I think they must go all out. Plus, akudlalelwa ama-points. I think they must go all out and go win this game with no hesitation. And I would like to see some players being included in that game. Players like Abu, njengoba ubhuti Megashilo, uLochi. Bengingathanda nokubona uMayela. Like uMayela, abantu nawo ama-big temper match game players. I understand. Njengabo Lochi. I think bonke ba-right. I think uba nomthetho wokuba i-defender yabo, I think kumele babuyise uSibisi. Angazi last time uSibisi nomthetho ne? I think it was Sibisi nomthetho. Yeah, I think kumele babuyise uXoki, kube uXoki vele bebaloke badlala ngakhona, like babuyisele lento leya mebadlala ngayo. Ubaloni naye athi phumula kancane. Funeka like abantu mebadlala amagame amakhulu kule game aleli ngoba it's a dog game, I understand. So uRulani yena ithi ngikhulume ngoRulani is a big coach and une big team, and I don't think ama injuries wakhe azom-affect at all because they've got all the quality there. So ukuwina into zabo yazi like mawujwayele ukwenza something like uyenza over and over igcina seyisegazini lakho. So it's not gonna be easy for them, but I think they gonna push Pirates to the limit because bayifuna le MTN8 ngoba it's one trophy ebangakayiwini kaningi if I'm correct. And then
so then if Rulani loses this game, will it give fuel to Abantu that come out and say no, he's a caretaker, anybody can do that job? If he loses this game, does it change how we view him if he wins or loses this game?
No, I don't think it changes anything. Njengoba mengisho vele uRulani is one of the best coaches in the country, even in the continent. Singakhuluma maybe khona amanye ama-team amaningi amfunayo. So I don't think namafana azokhala because into engeke bayikhalele ukuthi i-Sundowns the way badlala ngakhona, they play that beautiful football, the way bahlezi badlala ngakhona vele. So nami ngeke ngikhale if coach wami uhlelile phezulu nga-20 something points elithini, and then last year win league ngegap engaka, if sakhala zobe sikhalela. So I don't think they have the reasons ukuthi bakhale. Naye I think, let me say about uJose naye, I don't think fans of Pirates they have to cry because I think in recent games like they've been doing well, but they have not been scoring those goals for Pirates. So I don't think ama-fans ane-right ukuthi baqala ukuthi kumbhuwa bamfuna ukuthi bamkhiphe laphaya eteamini because he's a defending champion. So we loser is not bad because last year we winile. So they will
Champions League ihambile.
Yeah. Angeke uziwine zonke, angeke ube mnandi kuzo zonke, I understand that. I think Champions League ukhawathe experience, I think usuke waba ne-confidence kakhulu ku-Champions League yena ne-team yakhe. So now going to this game, I think they must bangazibekeli like phezulu, bahloniphe like i-game. I don't say kumele bahloniphe i-Sundowns, but kumele bahloniphe i-game, badlale kahle ngokuzimisela nje bazokhona ukuthi bawine lo mdlalo. Otherwise angeke babe ne-drive. Mina futhi ngaba-predictela ngoba yazi mina nebhakaniya team local 2-1.
Okay. Guys in the comments, when I ask these questions about Rulani, it's things that if you go on any of my videos where I've spoken about Sundowns, look at the comments. So I'm saying in general how Rulani is viewed. So a lot of people view Rulani as no, he's just a placeholder. Any coach can do it. He's taking over a system that's been working, yada, 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 yada. So that's why I'm asking that if he wins these trophies, at what point do we give him credit? Let me bring in Big John. Big John, how are you? Big John, are you with me? Oh, Big John. Okay, no, it's fine. We're going to go to Frank. Frank, how are you?
How's it, my brother?
We Felix's captain.
Aye. Sengilindele kuyongena.
Jale, Frank, two questions. What are your general thoughts about this final? And then secondly, will this change, man, in Dabagarulani? Ngoba a lot of people see him as just another guy or coach at a team that has everything, that's rich, paspendimal bayenzani. Most of the time, he doesn't get that respect. Will this change anything if you are a winner or you are a loser?
Let me start with Rulan first before to Rivero. Yabona Urulan. He has nothing to lose, bruh. Even if he loses this game, he has nothing to lose. And mark my words, Rulan is going to surprise many coaches and many people here in South Africa. For this season, Rulan is gonna come up with the 3 trophies, three and above.
Heaven.
I'm telling you.
A whole heaven.
Okay. First, it's league.
Yeah.
And the 2 other trophies, Rulan, it's obvious. This season he's gonna find those 3. And you see, and Rulan, he don't have any pressure on him.
Okay.
He don't have any pressure. The only thing that he must do is to make things happen. Yes. Just like unlike Rivero. You see, Rivero, I can give an example of Mourinho while he was in Manchester United.
Okay.
You see, Jose Mourinho come up with the 3 trophies, but he has been sacked after that because of bad results.
Okay.
Just like Rivero, you see, Rivero is a good coach, but the pressure is coming from the fans, from the management. He has been given this to challenge Sundowns. That is the only team that can challenge Sundowns. And that pressure is up on him. Look how many games he loses now. He's out of Champions League. So, on top of all these things, he has got lots of pressure, and that pressure is going to make him lots of mistakes.
Okay.
Like you see, if you don't use the experienced players like Pule, like this guy Lodge on his up front, Rivero is going to lose.
Okay. But do you think that, like, if you look at the comments right now, if you just scroll to the comments right now, when they're speaking about Turulani, does this change when he wins trophies? So let's say he wins on Saturday. Will some people start coming around? If he loses on Saturday, will more people come out and say, you see?
No, to those who are looking Rulan on a jealous way, on a jealous side, they can say that. But Rulan, he is still a young coach, and he has got lots of things to show on the ground. Yeah, and he's going to show many people, and he's gonna surprise lots of people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Score prediction?
My prediction, as I say, if Rivero comes out with a Pule and Lodge, as I say, he's gonna hold on Rulan. But if he comes out with these young stars, these ones, I'm telling you, Rulan is going to bury Rivero's, like, I don't know. For me now, if it's like that, it's a 2-1 to Sundowns. Sundowns is going to win this game.
Hey, okay. I need to put you guys on the block. Thank you so much, Frank. Thank you so much, Frank, for joining me. Let me see if Big John is still here.
Let me go back.
But you must listen. You must listen to the show.
Yeah, I've got earphones, so I could just put my phone in the pocket, then listen to it.
Thank you, Frank. Big John, are you still with me? Big John, we've lost Big John there. I don't think he's coming back in. I think Rulani has stepped into a situation where he's He's done incredible. He's incredible. He's done amazingly, right? But as with anything where you're stepping into an established team, or even if you helped establish that team behind the closed doors, there's going to be questions. And I think every single thing works towards it, right? Think about when Pito arrived at Al Ali. When he arrives at Al Ali, they're like, who's this man? Why is he here? He plays ugly football. He's not doing this, he's not doing that. Won trophies, and at some point you have to say, you know what, even the guys who are making a noise, some of them have to look back and say, "Aye, guys, something's happening." But what I think will happen this game is, if Rulani wins this, it's another feather in his cap that will maybe convince some other people otherwise at the end of the season, right? I think Rulani's game is for the end of the season. That's when he'll be judged fairly. For now, it will carry on being certain things, but towards the end of the season, we'll see. I think if he wins this, some people will come around. If he loses this, the backlash. But anyway, let me bring in the next panel. Ramen, Lebza, and the general. Okay. Velile, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm good, Mtakababa. Wena unjani?
Ngiright, yazi. Akho pressure, akho next. Ngibukela ibhola elimnandi Saturday. Angizingeni.
Ah, izolo wangibambisa isikhathi eside. Bengithi ngifuna ukukubuza ukuthi why uzifostele la, because uBobby wantshela ukuthi team yakubo leyana. So what ngiyafostela.
Itshele Veli. I've got two questions for you. General thoughts ngale final. Yes, ama chips wami man. The general thoughts of the final. And then how should Sundowns approach this game? Should they be more defensive? Should they be careful? Should they go hard? What should happen there?
First of all, ngibulisa even on a panel there. I think it came Saturday, the final. It's Sundowns. I don't see anything because they've already got a structure that everybody knows how they play. And they've been winning, and the advantage they've been winning. At least they've got a style. It shows Uguti coach Wabo Rulani is a very smart guy. He plans according to the opposition that he plays against them. And you could even see Naguma substitution work when he substitute Uguti what does he want from the player that's coming onto the pitch to Uguti Benzane. And you see this game, this is whereby I wish by Uguti the Pirate side was coached by the likes of Obochomoson.
Okay.
A person who will make sure that now it's a final, it's do or die. Makehleni Makaula ngena uyohlala noMkwena lapha on middle field, pound for pound. Because that guy Mukwena is the one who's doing dirty jobs, and he cleans and then he start the play there from the back. But if you look at his tackles, when he tackles there, you look at the last previous game, he's the one who tackled Umaswanganyi out and took the ball and passed, and that's why it leads to a penalty. But if you look at most of the Sundowns play, it involves around him, and he tackles, he cleans the sweep, he starts the play there. And if Upega Rivaldo, he's a centre back, but he's always behind him.
Yeah.
Mouta back, and of which it leaves Umvala vulnerable at the back in most cases. I1 as the centre back. And a clever coach and a smart coach who plans can see it, okay, these people at the back, they are not so solid as we made them to be. But attacking from the middle field going forward, you could see they are strong, because even their middle field, when he plays 4-3-3, the three that used to play like in the middle field, Umbule, Walende, Mukwena, they are not just your destroyer or your type of your middle field that will destroy. They are ball players, those guys. If you mark them tightly, you will see, these are ball players. So that's why I'm just saying, I just miss those games whereby the olden game, whereby leave the tactics alone. Just go and say, Saling, if Sundowns is playing AD on the left-hand side, go to him. Straight, man to man. Take the ball, go straight to him, make him commit fouls. It's fine. It's an advantage to you. Left-hand side, Hoto, make sure Umudau, he doesn't go up. He stays back. Because once he stays back, Umudau, it's -1. Because he also got pace. At the back, Pirates, I would have just preferred playing back four. If Begwenzaka, like we don't know what happened with Tunda. We don't know whether coach they've told him not to play him. I assess because at Pirates there are so many things that are happening. But I would have just playing 4-4-2 if kudlala uSibizi nayo noXoki. Even uMayela, I could say people are saying in most cases ukuthi uMarco is better than uMayela, but we have to look at it. What's the primary responsibility for Umayela? If it's to go left the flank or square the balls, or is to defend. If it's to defend, I don't think pound for pound we am Umayela, of which that's the primary responsibility of the left back. If you've got a winger like Uhoto who will make those runs, and also because if you've got those flat four, it also works into advantage if you've got set pieces. When was the last time Pirates scores with set pieces? Set pieces is also part of the game. You plan for them. You plan for them, but yeah. Hey, yona kunzima mntakababa hayi ningcono nani stress kule weekend but but personally I think Ulani is a good coach bafowethu. Regardless of saying like he's got a good team, but at least he shows what does he wants to do as compared to Nakona Rivero. The only game that I've seen Rivero reacting and positively was the last season game against Chiefs, whereby he put in Umakhaula no Evanga up front. Where Evanga no Makhaula, they've changed that game in Nedbank, if you remember. That's the only because you could say, okay, now the tactics are changing. But so far on other games, I cannot even describe Pirates how do they play exactly. I'm not 100% sure. But the lucky they've been winning, of which is a good thing. But yeah, on Saturday, go for you, Mtakababa, go for you.
Mina ekuseni ngiyazihambela ngiyenetshurena ngithenga ama-chips ngiyabuya ngibukela igame. Thank you. Hey, wait, Velile, before I let you go, score prediction.
Oh.
Head on the block.
You see, if Sundowns can score within the first 20 minutes, our score will be 2-0.
Ungathi if niyabathanda bo Eve. Score prediction. Niyabathanda bo Eve.
No. We are going to penalties, win them 1-1.
1-1. Okay.
Yeah, we are going to penalties 1-1.
Kulabani ma-penalty. Ngiyakuzwa ubona usazama kulabani. Kulawa ma-penalty.
Ama-penalty mntakababa uyazi nawe kuseThekwini lena kwezinga amagebhula so hayi.
Yeah, ngifuna ukuthi yabo if what ngithathele yini ngabo if. Thank you so much Benile for joining me.
Okay, mafuna.
So let me bring in Pramen. Pramen, how are you doing?
Hey, sharp, my guy. How are you?
I'm relaxed. For the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna be relaxed. Tell me, I've got 2 questions for you. What are your general thoughts about this final and how it's gonna go? And then, secondly, how should Sundowns approach this match?
My guy, Abutaga, waiting to guy Bulelang. Coming to this game, there's no any pressure coming to coaches. I'm a coach, I got pressure. I see people say, coach Banman on the pressure, Banman on the pressure. Man Pega Lama teams like too. They all want to dominate. They are good at dominating the ball. You understand? But if I read, it's short goal. Creating of goal into the short time. But coming to defensive, they are very good. You understand? So what I can say, Uguti, it's going to be a good game. We won't say this team is going to win, this team won't win. But it's going to be a very good game.
I'm coming. I'm gonna ask you that question. We don't hide. I'm gonna let you finish. Then I want your prediction.
No, I'm saying this because Sundowns is good at dominating and they can score. Pirates, we are not sure Uguti they can dominate and score. It's difficult to score for Pirates. You understand? So Pirate can only score if Sundowns score first. That's the pressure of Pirate. You get my point? That's the pressure of Pirate. Either it's 0-0, they go to the penalties. Either it's 1-1 or Sundowns win.
Okay.
Because Sundowns they can score. Sundowns they can score. Pirate can't score. We know that from five games on Brastan. So what I can say, I won't give any coach a pressure. Pirates have to come the way they came. We don't want the kind of Mfukeng, Loch and Pule. We don't want those people, guys. Stop saying we want Pule, we want Mfukeng, we want Loch. Those guys, we don't want them. We just want a scheme that we know is always winning or draw. We want that scheme. You understand? Because we'll give our coach pressure. We want Pule, we want Loch, we want whoever, Let's just leave our coach and play the way it is. Understand?
So then let's say your coach loses this game. So no pressure for the game. Afterwards, let's say Jose Rivero loses. Are Pirates fans going to be okay with him still?
100% sure. 100% sure, my guy. That guy doesn't have a pressure. That guy give us 2 cups. He went to 4 final. He lose 1. And it's on the 3rd final. So you can't say the person like that is on
preliminary before Champions League. Isn't that a bit something that has to be in the back of his mind?
No, that one is the first cup he played. He don't have any experience of that cup. Understand? So let's just give him a benefit of doubt on that one. We'll see next season. Yeah.
Give me your score prediction then. I need your score prediction.
100% sure to penalties.
To penalties.
To
and
penalties.
Then who's winning? Who's winning, guys?
Yeah, it will be a very good penalties because Pirates lose from penalties. So they have to make sure they don't lose this one.
But are you saying Pirates is winning?
No, one thing I like, it's not a matter of winning. If Pirates lose. But one thing I like.
Hayi, uyangidonsa. Ngifuna ukwazi kuwina bani Saturday.
One thing we like about our team is that they have that thing, they have that courage. One understand? If they lose, we don't have problem with that. Yeah.
Uyangidonsa kuwina bani.
Pirate will win 4-3 at the penalty.
Why ungijayivisa kangaka? Why ungijayivisa kangaka? Thank you so much, Bramen. Let me go to General. Ungangijayivisi nawe. Please. How are you, my brother? Tell me, I can't hear you properly. I think something's wrong. Can you say that again?
Yeah, I'm good. And you, how are you?
Sharp. I'm good, my brother. I'm good. 2 questions. General thoughts for this final that Pirates and Sundowns are going to play. And then secondly, how should Sundowns approach this match?
Okay, first let me greet people on the panel and the one that on comment. Okay, let me start with the Sundowns match. Sundowns is a very strong team, my brother. Like truly spoken, like numbers don't lie, Yeah, and they have a system there, like where they will circulate the ball like from at the back, mid-game, up front. Yeah, so that's how they are going to do, man. Like we know. And Pirates, they will be sitting there to wait for Sundowns. And then after Sundowns score, that's when Pirates will respond. You understand? Yeah, that's what I think about the game. Pirates is going to wait for Sundowns to score first, and then Pirates will respond. You understand? And then going to coaches, Jose Rivero, he's got so much pressure now after the previous results. It's not good. Like spoken. I'm a Pirates diehard fan, but I'm not happy.
I want you guys, because they were saying, I want to hear from people who are saying, good day, guys.
Yeah, I'm not there, but yeah, I will keep supporting him. But yeah, I'm not there. More especially after Kef resigned.
But do you
Yeah, so
think so then tell me. I'm gonna ask you the straight question I've been asking everybody else. What is your
yeah,
score prediction?
our parents want me.
Is
1 nil
is
to
that your heart speaking? Is that your heart speaking?
Our winning tomorrow. 1 nil will be waiting for them, and then we catch them with counter attack. Like I'm almost 70 something. We score.
This feels like it's your heart speaking.
No, they
But
will.
it's fine.
Ball position, they will dominate. Like we
Yeah.
can match. Like we know, Spurka ball position, they will dominate. We can match. But we also have a good team. But counter attack, Wanto and Saleng will use that speed and score a goal. And then, yeah, the game is over like that.
Karen Luna, you're just saying it because you're tired, but it's fine. Thank you so much, General, for joining me.
What's up?
Let me bring in Kings. Kings, how are you? O ska nchaivisa Kings, a ke go botsa. O tla ona le question le tla go botsa yona. O ska nchaivisa le wena. Ke swapo Brian. Karo, you sound a bit far away. I could say, can you come closer or speak louder? Yeah, sharp. I got you. 2 questions. What are your general thoughts about this MTN 8 final? And then how must Sundowns approach this match?
Approach Sundowns, so it will approach this game because Sundowns approach.
Okay.
We dominate from the first whistle. We make sure that we finish the game before halftime. By halftime, game comes in. Yeah. So
Mara Pirates last time in the league.
yeah, but you can imagine now the comments and the fear and the confidence how the supporters are Pirate. Can you imagine the player already feel we are no Pirate. So it's not going to be easy for Pirate to beat us. Yeah, so this game it will be the easiest game for Sundowns to win.
Do you think that Rulani will change anything, seeing as Pirates has been on a bad run of form? They've been knocked out of the Champions League. Do you think that if they come out attacking, you guys are ready?
We are ready, but I think Pirates will sit back and wait for us because the confidence is low on their side. So I think they will sit back and wait for us to come and then hope for maybe counter attack or something. But definitely by halftime the game will be done.
Confident, Mar.
Serious.
I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna jump straight to the question. What's your score prediction?
4-0. Sundowns 4. Sundowns 4.
Yeah. Fans, la utla ba re 4-0.
Kuba we ngwana mo fatshe chomi ya ka tlo o founela ka Saturday. Sundowns 4.
Hey, I love this. It's so nice not to have a team in this race. It's so nice. 4-0 Sundowns. No. Kings, thank you. Yeah.
3 before halftime, and then 1 goal. And then right
Lava Pelele, it's a 70th minute.
4-0. Charulile 2. Mukekana 1. And Nkua.
Oh, Fanku. Kare, you have so much confidence. Oh, Falinku, man, alright. Swara ko, Lunkuluen.
Thank you, brother.
Ay, thank you, Kings. Tabona ka Saturday. Hey, guys. I'm saying, I think this is an interesting match on Sundowns' approach side, because when Sundowns comes out versus Pirates Pirates, I think, is the only team that can bother Sundowns to that degree. In terms of, you have to, whether they're on form or not on form, you have to think about Saleng, you have to think about Lepasa, you have to think about Tito, and what maybe they can do. If you remember that game where they played in the league, it was very back and forth because both teams have threatening players, right? So it's going to be down to how Pirates feels on the day, because Pirates is a feeling team, but I'll get into that just now. Let me let in the next panel, because we're hearing things now. We're hearing things. Let me bring in Kenneth. This is Kokets is still here, yeah, and then Unfazed. There we go. Rivo, how are
The way
you?
you guys left me, I'm like, that's why
Good,
activity
good,
in
thanks,
your
and you,
appointment.
OT?
I don't know what's happening. Somebody's not muted, but anyway, I'm okay. I'm okay. Utlile bare for need. Bare for.
Yeah, no, I'm listening. People are daydreaming. People
So
are daydreaming.
I've got two questions for you. Number one, what are your general thoughts about this final? And number two, how should your team, Orlando Pirates, how should they approach this game?
Okay, I'm gonna answer the second one. How should we approach the game? Let's give some Sundowns and Rulani something to think about.
Okay.
Let's not be predictable. Let's give them something to think about. Because I know, I personally know Rulani from Poison, so I know how good and how great the man is. The guy is something else. His analysis are something else, you know. Because we beat them last year, Catherine Neely does not make things even easier for us. It makes things even worse because they have changed. Since that game, the manner in which they played last season and the manner in which they play this season is different. However, I think Pirates should give them something to think about. Let's not be predictable, man. Hoto is good, but he's good for changing the game. Hoto is good for changing the pace of the game. Maybe second half we can bring him in. I think that can work. But let's throw in our star player, man, Mufukeng again. Let's see what he can do. The poor boy can play, the guy. But Nyoso, my heart bleeds for Nyoso, guys. We need him. We absolutely need him.
Gaming without any games under his belt this season.
Nyoso doesn't. That's Nyoso for you. He doesn't need to. Nyoso does not. He's ready. He's been ready. They're just not playing him because of whatever reasons. I understand. I fully understand. But I just feel like, man, Pirates should play. They should play. Jose does not have much pressure, but he does have pressure because remember, as much as we can say he doesn't have pressure, the coach is, as long as you are a coach, you need to have some kind of pressure yourself because he knows the amount of support he has from us, and he knows, man, the caliber of Orlando Pirates. So he does have that kind of pressure to say, we're playing for this bet. You can even see by the way he speaks about the team. You can tell that this guy means business. Not that we're saying pressure from us is gonna be fired or whatever. No, but we're just saying pressure, his own pressure as an individual and what he came to do at Orlando Pirates. He came to coach us and to win games. So each and every lose for him, it's like it's adding. And especially with the previous one, yes, we won 1-0, but we were kicked out of the CAF. That's pressure on its own. It doesn't necessarily have to come from us. But yeah, the situation does not allow him to relax.
Can I just ask you quickly? When you look at your team, I've always said that Pirates is a feelings team. So when everything is going right and Orlando Stadium is rocking and they're on song, you can catch 4 or 5 goals. How much is that going to play into this game? Because when you watch the past few games, they've been low, they've been down. Do they come into this game and try go high tempo, as we know Pirates is best, or do they sit back? Do they allow Sundowns to come to them? How would you approach this game, knowing everything that's happening around Pirates right now in terms of that?
You know what? There's somebody who said he hasn't seen much of the coach's contribution in the game besides the game of Chiefs. And I would like to agree partly with him because Pirates has got, I think he has been lucky with the individual brilliance of the players. So there's certain players that kind of make it about themselves and take the pressure. You understand? So I think this is gonna be something else as well because we're playing in Durban and we know Durban is the city of Chiefs FC, which is gonna be something else as well. So there's gonna be a lot of pressure for Orlando Pirates. I don't wanna lie. There's gonna be a lot of pressure from the fans because we're gonna see all the colors. Believe you me, on Saturday we're gonna see all different colors. All the teams are rallying behind Orlando Pirates. That's gonna be a little bit of a boost. But yeah, the players also have to uplift themselves because I saw a lot of players crying from our previous match. They were crying. So I think they would want to come in and improve and kind of make us, the supporters, happy and proud of them. So I think it's going to be... I would have preferred if they took the final to Gauteng. I would want to see something, you know, because these are Gauteng teams. So I would have liked for the final to be played here so we could see something, but unfortunately, so all we can do is go to Durban and support, you know.
Okay. Big question.
Yeah.
Prediction. Let's go.
Are we going there?
Yes, prediction. Let's go.
Because of the pressure, not necessarily because of Orlando Pirates is kind of down and whatever, and they would want to kind of uplift themselves. Okay, I see them snatching this 1-0.
Is this your head or your heart speaking, Revo?
This is my heart. Say.
I know.
This is the, you know, man, you know, I'm a diehard Pirates fan. This is my heart. My heart says 1-0 to Orlando Pirates, and yeah.
Okay.
There's no draw on Saturday. Pirates does not play to draw.
Okay, thank you, Rivo. Let me bring in Kenneth. How are you?
Kabuyelo, ay, kabuyelo, ay, kabuyelo, masandawana. Hola.
Every time, man. Tell me, what are your general thoughts about this final? And then I want to ask you as a Sundowns fan, how should Pirates approach this game? Because I don't think Pirates can play slow. I don't think Pirates does well. How do you think they should come to this game against you guys?
I think the only way for Pirates to start well is to close us from the back. Don't allow Sundowns to have 2-3 passes on their half, because once they do that, they are opening pockets at your defense. So Pirates must not sit back. If they can sit back, that's where the danger is, because then Sundowns will approach it as a practice, knocking those triangles around, and you know they always hurt teams once they start doing that.
So you don't want them to go pound for pound?
No, I truly want Pirates to attack Sundowns. I want us to come to play on the back foot. Many people are saying that Sundowns wins have been scrappy. They are not scrappy by any way. That's a mentality of a winning team. They know how to get results regardless of how the opponents are prepared.
Do you think Pirates not making into the Champions League, their form recently, how much is that going to play into this game? Do you think that it might help or hurt them that they've gone through this?
It's just unfortunate that Pirates' form is so low. I mean, I watched their game against Jwaneng. It wasn't anywhere close to a team that you can say they are prepared to win or to challenge any medal in any league. Yeah.
Big question. What's the score?
4-1. Sundowns win.
Is this one that you're giving to Pirates? Is it going to be a consolation goal, or is it was 1-1 and then you won 4-1?
No, that will be a consolation goal. Sundowns will Sundowns, once they start scoring and they get the ball, many teams sit back. They're not gonna attack Sundowns.
Okay, no. Thank you, Kenneth. I know now you're gonna come back and sing. If you guys win, you're gonna come back singing here. Hey, so welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good, my bro. And how are you?
I'm okay. Hey, I'm listening to 4-0, 4-1 penalties. Hey, this game can go anyway. Tell me, I've got two questions for you. What are your general thoughts about this MTN 8 final? And then also, how should Pirates approach this game?
Yo, the MTN 8 final. This game, my general thoughts, this game is gonna be a great game. Two great teams, great coaches playing good football, quality players from both sides. It's not gonna be easy for both sides, but expect a great match, great atmosphere. I personally call it the SAL Clasico. You know. Yeah,
There's
I'm calling
already
it
a little
the
classico.
SAL
There's
Clasico.
already
But the better coach with good tactics on the day will win.
Yeah.
You know, and the advantage with Pirates also is that they are good with cups. You know, these guys are actually good with cups. You know. So yeah, I'm gonna expect a great final, and both teams will be aggressive on that day because they both want it more. You know. And then on the other question on how Pirates should approach the game. Recently, you know, Pirates are coming from a painful elimination from CAF. And then even before that, they haven't been doing well. I think in 4 games, they scored 1 goal, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah. And after that, they've lost 1-0 in 3 games. First leg, Jwaneng, and then they've lost 1-0 also Downs at home. They also lost 1-0 against Stellies, but that took them to the final anyway, so it doesn't matter. You know. But Pirates themselves, they need this MTN 8 so that they can redeem themselves, you know. So what I know is that they want to defend this trophy. I think if they don't, many would think of a disaster, you know, after their elimination. And so Pirates must just play their normal game. Jose Rivero, when playing against Sundowns, he doesn't sit back. One thing I've learned, because he goes out. I wouldn't say pound for pound, but technically he almost gets it right. You know what I mean? And then what the guys should do, they must try to press Sundowns, because of Sundowns is a ball playing team, and if Sundowns has the ball for the longest time, you're gonna get charged. Even when you are a player, you can't just chase without the ball. At some point, you'll get tired. And it will only take one player to move to the wrong direction. Just one player to move to the wrong direction, then the whole system is scrapped. You know? So they must not allow Sundowns to have the ball, because if Sundowns has the ball, they'll die. They'll not beat. So they must just close those pockets for Sundowns. They must just try to make Sundowns play uncomfortable football, not the football they are used to. You know? And then I've heard Jose and Erasmus in the press conference talking about the 90% fans and wara. I think they need to be reminded that you can't talk about fans playing advantage when you talk about Sundowns, because Sundowns are used to playing with that at State Mohammed V. When there's not even one supporter at the stadium of Sundowns, but they come out guns blazing. You know? They play at Kaizer Stadium. They don't just sing Masambeno. No. They even light those things there. They smoke all over the pitch. You can't talk about supporters and Sundowns. They are not intimidated about that.
Mara, last game it was a 1-0, very tight 1-0.
But that very tight 1-0. But the final score was that it was 1-0. Pirates are a good team. So, well, Sundowns are better, but also Pirates have improved under Dstv. They're a good team. It's not just gonna be easy for Sundowns to win like they used to. Our 4-0 for what? Although they are a better team than Pirates, but also Pirates have improved.
Okay, but big question. You know what I'm gonna ask you now. What is the score prediction for Saturday?
The score prediction for Saturday: Mamelodi Sundowns 2, Orlando Pirates 0.
So is this 2-0 going to be Sundowns score too early and then they defend, or is it going to be a pound for pound 2-0?
No, Sundowns will score. I think Sundowns will score 1 in the first half, and second half Pirates will try to equalize. That's when they'll open more channels for Sundowns. Then Sundowns will get the second one.
Okay. At least you didn't make me dance, man. Thank you, Kokeso. Let me bring in Unfaith. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
I'm okay, my brother. I'm okay. Firstly, what do you support so I know how to treat you?
I don't really have a club. Like, I just like beautiful football. So right now I can say Sundowns. I can just say Sundowns.
You should have just stick that I don't support anything. But anyway, tell me, my brother. I've got two questions for you. General thoughts? Oh, go on.
I used to be a Kaizer Chiefs fan, but the way they are playing, I can't.
But we've got chips now. What's wrong? We've got chips even.
Tell
me, two questions. The general thoughts for this game that's going to be played. And then secondly, how should Pirates approach this game?
Okay. I hear the panel say they don't some people say they don't understand how Pirates plays. Like, if you watch Pirates, you know that they use fullbacks, attacking fullbacks, especially if they play Munyani and Hoto, or sometimes even Marco. But if Marco plays, normally Marco stays back, and then Munyani is the one that attacks. What I'm seeing with Pirates lately when I'm watching them is that Saleng is very off. Like, he's not doing the things, and it's very hard then because normally Jose likes to play with Shandu, right? So if you play Shandu doesn't really have attacking instincts that Munyani has.
Okay.
So then the problem then becomes that if Saleng is off and then Shandu doesn't have the attacking instincts that Munyani has, then you suffer in the attack. You're not able to cause teams problems because then Saleng is not doing what he's meant to be doing. Because Saleng normally, if Shandu plays, Saleng holds the width. So then if you isolate Saleng against whoever the defender is, and then he's not able to, to beat the man, then Pirates attack suffers as a whole. So that's what I'm noticing. Saleng been off past two games. If you just watch, I think that's why in the previous game Jose didn't play him, if I'm not mistaken.
But then shouldn't Pirates be wary of that? Because one of their weaknesses is that they don't play with a defensive mid. And then if you have both fullbacks flying, you're going to be caught by the Sundowns team. Should he change anything in that regard? Maybe we see a Makaula coming in. Maybe we see a more defensive fullback, at least on one side.
Okay, for me, Tabang Munar is a perfect. For me, he's the guy that does the job. I don't know if maybe I'm wrong, but whenever I watch Munar, he's the defensive midfielder that does the job. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
He leaves. He doesn't play CDM as a CDM. It's 2 8s and he leaves Ndondlo alone a lot. So if you press Pirates high, usually they lose the ball that way and get scored on that way.
Okay, then I would prefer Tim. I like Tim. Like, Tim's understanding of the game is just I prefer Tim over Macau or anybody else. For me personally, just the way I was watching what is this? Sitting with Stan and who's that coach? The former Dan
Malisela.
Yeah, he was talking about how Miguel team sees the game before it happens. That type of reminds me of Rodri. Like, the way he plays is so calm on the ball. For me, I think But I like the Pirates midfield, especially in Ron. Ron is the control, the guy that sets the tempo, and he doesn't rush passes. If you notice, if you watch Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs, when you watch Kaizer Chiefs play, Mark tends to rush passes a lot. They just every time he gets the ball, just wants to kick it long. If you watch him, he's composed, he's calm, he knows when to play a pass and when not to play a pass. So I think in the midfield they are perfect. My only problem with Pirates is the attack. That attack, if Saleng is not doing the things, it seems to have they lack cohesion, like no fluidity. And I'm also noticing that, especially that game that if you watch that game against Sundowns, the first game that they played in the league, whenever Maswanganyi would receive the ball, he was always facing his goal. And then Mokoena, that would be a trigger for Mokoena to press him. If you just go rewatch that game, because I was rewatching it, and I noticed this a lot. Maswanganyi, every time he keeps receiving, is looking at his goal. His body positioning is so wrong that you can't always be facing your goal. You have to more or less be angled to see what's coming in front of you. I don't know if that makes sense. So if you watch that a lot, and Sundowns, being Sundowns, they kept pressing him. That's why he lost the ball. He's the one that with the goal, I think, the one that led to the penalty.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's it. So if I was to change anything with Pirates, I think Saleng, I don't know who can come in for him. I think the like for like is Bullet, but he hasn't played, so I don't know. But yeah, that's all. And okay. And Mufukeng has to play. Mufukeng has to play, guys. Mufukeng in tight areas is very good. That kid in tight areas. Like, guys, please just watch him in tight areas. What in tight areas is not good. Let's be honest.
But the coach likes him.
Yeah, but it's not his speciality. Like, he's good on the wing. For me, I prefer Watto as a left back. You see, if you play Watto as a left back, I think that's better to play him there than to play him as one of the three, as one of that front line, because I don't think he's in that position. I think Mufukeng has to play this game, for me personally.
Okay. Big question. Head on the blog. What's the score?
Okay, Pirates have to go toe-to-toe with Sundowns. You can't sit back and let them play. Like, you cannot let guys. Please stop. Can Pirates please stop Allende? Like, I know people say Zwane, Banbani, Allende, guys. He makes that team tick. You just, I don't know, man. Just somehow in there, just have somebody keep an eye on Allende, guys. I promise you, Pirates can surprise many people. I know people think Sundowns is gonna win, but Sundowns is not in.
Score! What's the score?
Okay, 2-1 to Pirates. 2-1 to Pirates.
Okay. Is this your head or your heart saying this, or is this a hopeful thing?
This is hopeful thinking. I like him. I think Jose is a good coach. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
But like, it's just Rulan is different. Rulan is different. Yeah, that guy he knows how to manage a game. Like Pirates are still at a point where they're growing. Sundowns are at the point where they're matured. They play like Man City. You see, like, if you remember Liverpool back when was it 17 and 18, when they were starting to come up, that's where Pirates are.
Okay,
Sundowns
my brother.
So I'll go
time's
Pirates.
sake, my brother. For time's sake, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me unfazed. We'll see what they were saying. When this game ends, I'm going to be live. The match is at 6 o'clock. Felix on Facebook. The match is at 6 o'clock on Saturday. Let in. I'm going to try and squeeze in 2 panels. I'm going to squeeze in 2 panels for this last part of the show because I've seen there's some people that have been here waiting for a bit. So let me squeeze in 2 panels quickly. Sinjay. Guys, please mute your mics. Please mute your mics. Sinjay, how are you doing, my brother?
John, how are you?
I'm good. Every time I want to come back and ask you a question, you're gone.
I'm sorry, man. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get people. Anyway, let's start here.
I've got 2 questions. I have 2 questions for you. General thoughts about this game, and then I want you to jump into Rulani's shoes and win me this match. How will Sundowns win this match?
Okay, Sundowns can win this match if they continue these brown envelopes they are sending to the referees. That's the one way, the easiest way. And I've got a funny feeling that another referee is going to be suspended. I've got a funny feeling that another referee is going to be suspended. Because seemingly that's the only way. I'm counting. 7 wins. Zomgunyathi. 7 ANC wins from Sundowns. 7. I'm counting. 7 brown envelopes. But
Isn't there a
anyway,
limit, Mara, then? Isn't there a limit? Maybe 8
the
doesn't
only
come
way.
out.
That is the only way.
Hey, it's DJ. But then
No,
generally,
Sundowns is not good.
generally, when you look at this game, it was 1-0 when they played in the league. How does it go this time? Do they go pound for pound against each other?
I don't think I think Pirates has players to go pound to pound with Sundowns.
Okay.
They do players, and I think they've got the setup as well. They've also got players that have the mindset to go pound to pound with Sundowns.
Okay.
I think Pirates is one of the only teams that the players mentally want to beat Sundowns, and I think that is the difference between the desire to win, capacity to win. I think they have demonstrated that in their mind they can condition themselves to be in a position to win, and they've done it so. So I think now it's a cup final. The approach is going to be different. They have to win, and Sundowns also have a mentality of. Yeah.
How much does the last few weeks for Pirates, how much does that play into this game? And will it help or hurt Pirates? Because sometimes you can be very excited to try right the wrongs and the wheels can come off. How do you think it's going to play into them going into this game?
I think they won't look at the previous matches as a disadvantage or hurting them as a team. I think they look at the last match they played against Sundowns and they realized that they could have won that match. It was a tight call, and they want to build from that. And mind you, this is what you must understand. This is a league final. I mean, this is a cup final. What happens before the cup final doesn't matter on the day. You can be on form. You can come in. In fact, teams like Pirates will rather go into the final being the underdogs than being the favorites.
Okay.
To just for the mental setup as well. I mean, I looked at Erasmus on training. That you can see that he is even here just to give a mental boost to the players that we've got this, and he's going to lead from the front. And just his presence alone, just to say to the players that we've got this, we can win this, to build that into the team. That's why I think Pirates are going to win this one 2-0. Mark my words.
Okay. Hey, you even jumped in before I could say it. 2-0 Pirates. There we go. Thank you, Sincha. Let me bring it to Lodwick. Lodwick, how are you?
All right, you, my friend, and you.
Me. I'm a fan of football this weekend. Yeah. What's going on? I'm a fan of football. What's going on?
Yeah, no, it's just simple and easy.
Tell me, what are your general thoughts? Because I there's a bit of an echo there. Let me do this. I'm gonna mute you when I speak, and then you can unmute because I think there's an echo. What are your general thoughts about this final? And then win me this game as Sundowns. How does Sundowns win this game?
Yeah, like I'm saying, my friend, it's very simple. The thing is, what do you expect from Pirates? We have got 4 losing succession. Then now it's a cup game. Then you wanna tell me there will be something different? Pirates' secret has been seen, my friend. There is no other way Pirates is gonna win Sundowns. Because now, if you can check those 2, they are very disparate. Especially Sundowns. They have what I can say it's a hoodoo towards this game. So they want to prove everyone wrong that they can also win it. And Pirates, they're out of Champions League. Now they want to prove that they want to bring some silverware into the camp as well. It's gonna be a very tight game, but Sundowns is gonna win only with the mental capacity because they are very strong. They got that mentality of winning the games. So it's gonna be a very very tough game, but Sundowns is gonna walk away with that one. Maybe I can say one. Yeah, I can say 1-0 Sundowns. Then will take the cup. And another thing, yes, another thing you must realize that players like, especially the players came from Marumo Gallant, the Lisibangu, the Mendietas, and Rivero. They want to win something with their first season with Sundowns. So they need to prove themselves. They will definitely want to prove themselves. Because now if you can check, Sundowns has got a lot of yellow cards, suspensions. Whoever gets the opportunity wants to be in a starting lineup of a final, wants to prove himself so that he can get game time all the time. So it's gonna be a very tight one, but Sundowns is gonna walk away with it. No doubt about that, my friend. Just put your bet there 1-0. Then you'll collect your money on Monday.
Hey, you're saying that. Me, I'm not saying that. Hey, me, I'm not saying. Guys, Nodrick and Sinje put me in a tough situation. Guys, the King Karamaring, the views expressed by the panel are not those of Overthinking Football or John Bukwin. And we don't offer betting advice on Overthinking Football. Because I have to say that because you guys are gonna put me in a tough place. Can you brown bag Lindy what? Aubrey, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
How's it?
I'm good, bro. Aubrey, tell me 2 questions. What are your general thoughts about this game? And then secondly, if you are in Rolandi's shoes, win me this game versus the Orlando Pirates.
First of all, I will just go to your questions. Let me just say whatever that I want to say before.
Very quickly, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I'm a Orlando Pirates fan, and on that one, I think it will be a tough game because coach, Arna coach man, Jose war kawata. Just from now on, that's why I get what Kawata for last season. We had a sharp, ultimately season sharp, alumnat. Then for now, I don't know what's happening. Like only good players, only quality players called Pirates, but some of the players they don't get chance. If you ask yourself about Vincent Pule, what is Vincent Pule now? Ndawuye mistake ka game ya Chiefs. Since then, asa dladishi wanda. Tembigos Lodge. We have good players. And even Makaula, I can hear part of Anchibare. Makaula is not a good player. But Azanga Jalada. So that's why I'm saying it's going to be a tough one. Then your question, boring. What was your question?
Yeah, how does Sundowns win this game versus Pirates? What are your weaknesses, go Pirates?
For now, if Rika Jalaka team, midfield war not ka jala the ka batho ba beke ba tsewa. A ka jala team, a jala ka team. Hoto this time in Central Dulegan. Yeah. Yeah. Then as I'm about to have then we can win this one. And even Mufuke, I don't think Osha, okay, Mufuke is a good player, but for this game, I don't think you are a Central then.
Okay. Score line.
Jose, if the other thing you can bolela, I tloela o dlala ka le pasa fela ko pele.
Okay.
Because Katina ya berekele
Mm.
and is busy with it. So if I got like Erasmus,
Qadile ka bo Eva, qadile ka bo Eva ena. Scoreline. I go to tsa bo Eva, se reng scoreline.
okay, scoreline Pirates 1, Sundowns 0.
Tanko, that's what I want. Mo Eva mo maluna, kalemona. Kalemona. Thank you, Aubrey. Let me bring in Dr. Paul. How are you doing, Dr. Paul?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm good, my guy. I'm good, my guy. How are you?
I'm okay. Firstly, what do you support?
In my heart, I'm a Orlando Pirates supporter.
Why do you say in
But
your
I have to give you logic. I have to give you logical view about this game.
Okay.
Because in my heart.
So here are my two
let me-
questions. Your general thoughts about this MTN8 final, and then secondly, if you are Sundowns, how does Sundowns beat Pirates? What would you do if you were Coach Rulan?
Okay, my general thought. Building from the last game where they beat us 1-0, Coach Rivero said after the match, he said, we only showed up when Sundowns scored first. And that's bad for us. We must show up on the start of every second. We must show up like we are a team to win. See? It means now he has a point of reference coming to this final. Both coaches are under pressure because Rolando was previously coached the Orlando Pirates.
Yeah.
He has something to prove that you let me go, and I think I'm the good enough coach to even lead this team. You see, both coaches are under pressure. The poor run of form leading up to the final of Coach Rivero, he is under pressure again. But one thing Rolani tops Rivero on is squad progression from last season to now.
Okay.
Rolani still has that crew of players that won the league. You see, when the new players come, they are adding to what is already there. And so now Rivero wants new players to carry the game for Orlando Pirates and omits the squad, some of the squad players who delivered the true trophies for no reason. Why Team is at the bench, we don't know. Why Dlamini is at the bench, we don't know. So my general thought about the game, Pirate can get an advantage if they line up a squad that is compatible to play on the front foot against Sundown. And we know that when Team and Monar is at the midfield, it gives us balance in terms of both transition. When they're attacking us, when we're attacking them. You see. And there, the person who must link with Lepasa, it must be Kabelo Dlamini. Remember who's Kabelo Dlamini? He's the only different key player that has his own kind of play in Orlando Pirates. We don't have another Dlamini. We don't have another Dlamini. You remember that pass at the final that we produced? That's Dlamini for you. If we can bring those three in the midfield, Team Dlamini, and Monar, you see, we can challenge Mamelodi Sundowns. Because what's good about Sundowns, they pack the midfield. They will line up a team sheet that Kotia plays as number 4. No, he doesn't play as number 4. He adds on the midfield. It's Kotia, Mukwena, Zwane, and Alien the 4. You cannot play only Munari to contain those players. You see, you need a team. You need a Dlamini who helps out. Yeah?
But then the question becomes, Pirates has been playing a specific way up to this point this season. Is it not risky to try change that now in the final?
No, remember it's a final. Sundowns has been studying you throughout the previous meeting with them. You see, you are building your game on the young Ratomo and the skillful player that we bought right now.
Otito.
I forgot. Yeah, you see, you are building your game on them. If they are isolated or frustrated, you see, Saleng can make those runs. Saleng is a good player. He needs the likes of players who can pick him up by passes. Approach that game with that 3 at the midfield and that final third, that final three, introduce a lot. You see, a lot is a game changer. He has he has a kind of thinking of a champion. You see,
Okay.
you introduce him on the final, on the side, and you introduce Saleng on the side, and you introduce Lepas leading the front. You see, then what Sundowns is good at, it plays all the phases of the game. It can win by corner, win by set piece, win by attacking everything. Be compatible at that. Be compatible at that. Play three center backs which are aerially good, a ball playing good, and who can read the game. You can integrate Koki, who's this? Koki Sibisi, and the Nigerian. Oli Onda. You can play them and play a Marco who's always overlapping. But when in terms of defensive, we form that back four.
Okay.
You
Big
see,
question. Just for time's sake, I'm going to have to jump in and ask you for your prediction.
Yeah, for time's sake, right? I will follow my heart here. I will say 2-1 Orlando Pirates. I will say that. I will say that 2-1 Orlando Pirates. But we must line up a team that is good.
Okay. No, thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. I love it when people give me reasons first with my heart. Yeah, I see you guys. Let me bring in the last one, guys. We're pushing time, very tough, but I'm gonna allow the last panel to come in, and we can have the last conversation here. Guys, please, mute your mics when you come in. Please. Mhlaba, are you with me? It sounds like you're somewhere there. Okay, no, Mhlaba is not with me there. Let me bring in one other person. There we go. Ndivo, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you, my brother?
I'm okay, my brother. I'm okay. Firstly, Kana, what do you support?
I'm a Pirates fan.
Pirates fan, okay. I'm going to hear about your hearts now. Anyway, I've got two questions for you. General thoughts about this game, and then as a Pirates fan, win me this game versus Sundowns. How do you set up? How do you play to win this game? And also, guys, tap on the screen, man. Kupadi likes, man. On TikTok and on Facebook. My brother, general thoughts about this game, and then win me this game. Win me this game. How does Pirates win against Sundowns?
Okay. A very good, tight, challenging game for us. We know it's Sundowns and it's a cup final. So yeah, it will be an interesting game, to be honest. Not looking on the previous form of Pirates, I'd say for a game like Sundowns against Pirates, Sundowns against Chiefs, or Pirates against Chiefs, these are types of games where you don't say this is how this team has been playing. For the fact that we regard them as big teams in SA when they head on each other, we don't regard what was happening back then. Okay, fine. Going to how Pirates will win who should play for them to win a game.
Okay.
I think for today we need. For the final, a player like Thembinkosi Lodge, players with big hearts. If we're gonna take Sundowns pound to pound, we have to bring those creative players because we know Sundowns is a very creative team. To be honest. Regardless anything, let's eliminate speed and play with players that are going to be creative the same way as how Sundowns does. Because if we're going to play Sundowns pound to pound and we have players that got speed, players like Hoto, Saleng on the side, maybe we can make an exception for Saleng because we know he keeps defenders on their toes, right? But then for a player like Hoto, I feel like the young boy Mufken deserves the chance. Not looking at what happened last weekend. It's fine. It happens in football. I'm sure he's back. They told him in camp, boy, it's fine. Let's go to the next match. I feel like a player like him, players like Kimvidi, players like Ndlondlo, those are types of players that we need for tomorrow's game, to be honest. Players that are creative, players that can take on the creative players in Mamelodi Sundowns. And then in the defensive midfield,
The problem Macaulay has not been playing, but I feel like he also deserves a chance. The problem is a cup final, and you cannot just bring in someone. When you lose, they'll say, "Why did you bring a player who's not on form? He's not been playing." But to be honest, looking at the defensive midfielders and Pirates, I still feel Macaulay can do us things.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, but then at the back, I'll talk about fullbacks. Make it simple. Play Monyane and Paseka Marco. Centre back Toki and Spacey, it's fine. But wing back Monyane and Marco for that year. But knowing our coach,
are you going to
it's fine,
send them
but
both up? Because Pirates has been sending them both up, and then you get caught with Toki and Sibisi alone there at the back.
Now, here's the thing. That's why I'm calling for a midfielder like Macaulay. Macaulay reads the game. Even if they go up, you know, when if ever they are going to catch us on counter attack, Macaulay can drop back into the center back. He has that defensive tactic. He's good at it. So that's why I'm gunning for a player like him, because Munare, you know, even if he's a defensive midfielder, playing at an 8, somewhere the final third is there. You understand? So yeah, but then if you don't have a midfielder like that, the problem Shandu and Saling, if Saling is not on form, Shandu doesn't have the attacking form. It's just speed. You understand? So yeah, I feel that's how maybe Pirates should approach the game. Those are type of players that I need, creative players for this game. Because to be honest, if you're going to take Sundowns pound on pound, be creative.
Then tell me, the big question. What is the score? What is the score on Saturday?
I feel like this could go to extra time, to be honest.
Yeah. Can you see if Senator, tell me the score.
Okay, here's the thing. Okay, I'll give Pirates 1-0. I'll give Pirates 1-0.
Is this your head or your heart?
I mean, my heart, of course.
Hey, man. Okay. I hear you, my brother. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Let me bring in Usaganipa. How are you? I'm okay, my brother. It sounds like you're a little bit far away. I don't know. Can you come closer to the mic? Usaganipa, are you still with me? Okay, I'm gonna come back to you. Mindlo, are you with me?
How's it put?
No, right, Puti. On your side.
Kishap. I'm not. Can't wait for the weekend. Like, come for I can't wait for the weekend, but I'm not rushing. It's gonna come.
Two questions.
Can't wait for the weekend. It
General
looks good.
thoughts. Just two questions. General thoughts, and then how does Pirates beat Sundowns?
You know, I've seen on social media, a lot of players are fit, ne? And there's a lot of availability. Fit players, all players are fit. I could say 80% of Pirates players are fit for the game, ne? It will depend on the starting lineup, but there are players that I feel that we need for this big occasion.
Okay.
This final is a very big occasion in terms of because of not to prove a point, but the way Sundowns has been playing, and yes, they are winning games, which is good for them. You check it the way they won against us, that penalty. I still feel sad about that penalty.
Yeah.
I still very feel sad, yes. But then nonetheless, Negilico social media also and Kiboni statements Roland Mukwena. I replied should play referees must protect players Sundowns players because the players tsa Pirates le kapa diplayara tsa hae ha o lebela difoto tse dintsi ka mkhozwane a artikeleng series ka teng, it was starts on. So I asked myself, because his players are also doing the same thing. You also look at the stats of the last game, though we lost, but Sundowns has had 21 fouls against us.
Yeah.
ne? And you ask yourself the decision making of the ref. Okay, it's fine, it's his decision, but then you look at how they played, ne? Then you saw like, that game was very critical and very it was like more personal and emotional game because we played, yes, Pirates played, came in on the second half and played very well, but you're unfortunate to still. So looking at this coming final, I feel already Lodge, players like Lodge is playing very well. I wish him to see in the starting 11. I also wish to see Lodge, if not on the starting 11, but on the bench, ne?
Okay.
And Macaulay should be also on the bench because he can come in and balance the game. At the same time, it's going to be a pacey game. It's going to be an interesting game, but tactical as well. Ne? And I know I'm expecting Sanders to come at us at first because that's how they start. I'm expecting them to come at us first, but it's also going to be a pacey game. It's going to be a pacey game, and should both teams score at first half, but I have confidence in Pirates. I'm a Pirates fan. I have confidence in Pirates. I feel they're gonna go through. They're gonna take this cup. I feel they're gonna defend this cup.
Score.
That also goes. I'm expecting. I'm also gonna give you a score. Pirates, if not 2-1. Yeah, I feel it's going to be a 2-1.
You think it's gonna be a 2-1? Two Pirates?
Yes, 2 Pirates.
Okay.
Irrespective of whoever scores, I feel it's going to be a 2-1 because we do have depth, my brother. We do have a lot of quality players. We do have players that can come in for big occasions, for big games. So, looking at this game, Jose should plan well. By planning well, you should start with the starting 18 or 21 players that's going to be there, and he's starting 11. Because there's a similar thing that he also does, what Pep Guardiola does is to start the build up with the goalkeeper. If a goalkeeper can also play with the players, it's very good for us. It's also a good confidence for us, but not to waste time. Yes. So for me, this is going to be a good game. But I feel I have confidence, my brother. That I don't want to be overconfident and say, yes, we have that and that and that. Because looking at the history, the head-to-head between Pirates and us, okay, the last season, the cup game, we beat them 3-0. And they also got their revenge. I think it was the league or the current play. I'm not sure which game. I don't remember. They also won 3-0. But Sundowns, my brother, they are beatable. It's not that they're not. Yes, they are beatable.
I'm gonna jump in just for time. There, I'm gonna jump in just for time, my brother.
Thank you. Yeah, my score prediction is 2-1 for Pirates. Thank you.
At least you didn't make me go around in circles. At least.
Nah. I'm straightforward, my brother. I'm straightforward. So that's how it's going to be.
Okay.
And sorry, not just a second. I felt that a lot of people who came in the panel, like it's like they fear Sundowns. It's like they fear Sundowns. Sundowns also seem like us. So yes, sometimes also goes back to the game planning. And also goes back to the yes.
For time, my brother, for time. Thank you so much for joining me, my brother. Let's go to Mavala. How are you? Mavala, are you with me? Ngithi ngiyamvulela uMavala uvalile. Hlakanipho, are you with me?
I'm with you, my brother.
There we go. Yini bawulele?
There we go. In network.
Okay, no stress. Tell me 2 questions. What are your general thoughts here about this MTN8 final? And then, if we Pirates, we win kanjani le game, how would you set up your team to win this game?
This game will be a difficult game for us. I'm a Pirate fan. I like Pirates a lot. But this game it will be difficult for Pirates. It will be difficult. But it will be easy if they can use Lodge. If they can bring back Lodge. Remember last season when Lodge came back? I don't remember. It was playing against Cape Town. I don't remember. It was Cape Town, man. The Msipe Foundation, yeah, I don't remember. But Lodge came back and helped the team. Remember when Lodge got injured, the team got worse. We were not winning games, but after Lodge came back, we were winning the games. And the thing of playing Maswangai and Saleng is not working. These two players are individual players. They are individual brilliance. They are not team players like Lodge. You can see Zwan and Allende. If you can close Allende in Sundowns, we have closed the whole club. Allende is the engine of that club. He's telling the club to attack or we must relax, we must stay back, and we need such players. Undlondlo is performing, but if you can play, you remember they play him with Palon. Palon, you can't understand Palon which position he's playing. He's like Castillo, who Kaizer Chiefs. Castillo is a number 8. He's a defensive midfield. That's why now they're using him as a number 8 because he's more attacking. Ake attacker game. Undlondlo is more defending. Who will be an engine there? I understand people they don't like Makaula, but if you can check, I can take you back to the semi-final Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs. Who changed the game there? Who changed the game? It's Makaula. He was playing along with team. Jojo attacking. Jojo was not defending. He was always attacking. They introduced Ivanga to frustrate Ama defender away Kaizer Chiefs. So now, starting 11, I would prefer Ushandu, go right back, Unda, no Spies, no Marco. But as fullbacks, they must not overlap. Because sometimes will use those chances. Umashi, very fast. He's very, very fast. Ushalulile is very fast. That's why we need those players. Aboshandu, no Marco. They must not overlap. We need Makaula to control that midfield. We need someone who will boss that midfield, like Makaula. Utimi is playing, but he was injured. Munare, I like Munare a lot, but now it's time for Makaula to take place. Alongside Dwindlonzo. Up front, we must bring back Lodge. We must bring back Lodge, Sidlado no Erasmus, no Lipas. Up front. Gapa, there is this player we call him Kim Ruid. I like that player a lot. He came on the bench and frustrated Sundowns that day. I would prefer him to start the match.
And then in Chile,
score. I will not hesitate on the score. Pirates will score a decisive goal in 83 minutes to make it 2-1. Pirates win 2-1.
You even told me the time.
Pirates will score it. I will tell you the time. 83 minutes, Pirates will score a decisive goal. That goal will be scored by Saleng.
For time's sake, I'm gonna have to let you go there. Thank you so much for joining me.
Sure. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, guys. I don't know the people, guys. I'm sorry to the guys who haven't gotten the chance to come in, but today we went through more than 20 people, so we can't complain about that stuff. Before I give you my closing statements, carry on tapping the screen. For those who haven't followed, guys, follow on, guys, on any of the platforms. Follow on. Look, I'm gonna just quickly. Pirates' weaknesses are Pirates' weaknesses. The same weaknesses pretty much. What Pirates does is that they play with 2 flying fullbacks and no defensive midfielder. That means that Ndondlo becomes the heart of the game. He gets the ball from the back, and if you can press Ndondlo, as Sundowns will probably do because they have an overload in the midfield. If you press Ndondlo, you are faced with CBC and Koki or CBC and Teto, whoever they choose. And then it becomes usually a 3-on-2 type of situation, and you can take advantage of that. Right, so I think that's the issue with the Pirates. Pirates going forward is great, but also with Pirates, if you can sit back and frustrate Usaleng gets lost when he has to drop back into the game. So if you can force him, whether have AB a little bit more wider, or you have whoever's helping you, AB Umudiba or whoever, to keep Usaleng from having space in behind, then you keep them quiet in that way. What Pirates tends to do is when they're playing versus low block teams, they separate, and then the space between Ndondlo and the front line is too far, usually. That's how you beat Pirates. It probably won't be the case with Sundowns because Sundowns is not a low block playing team. So Pirates may have an opportunity to exploit Sundowns' weaknesses, which is basically, guys, Sundowns, everybody goes up. Everybody goes up and they can't deal with transition. So the reason why Sundowns has 21, 24, however many fouls, it's because they can't deal with transition. If you catch them on transition, they do the same thing. Kutsia pushes up, Mukwena pushes up, the two Umudau, if it's Umudau playing, pushes up, as well as Umudiba, whoever's going to play on that side. They all go and they do the same thing where they leave two people, and then the keeper, Williams, becomes a sort of third type of defender. So they can't deal with transition. The thing is, they're smart with their fouls. So what you need to do as a Pirates team is to target someone. I will say this every week. You target a defender. So for example, AB, very good on the ball, but he tends to, when he's left alone and dragged out of position, I would say to Saleng, you have to give that man problems so that you can put one of them in trouble, at least a yellow card somewhere across that defensive line, so that they have to do something. The big problem is when teams play versus Sundowns, they don't give Sundowns something to think about. Pirates was very good in that first game versus Sundowns because they gave Sundowns something to think about. So now Rulani can't push everybody up because Saleng might be an issue, Masangweni might be an issue, Lepasa might be an issue. You saw what Lepasa did when they got that transition, and Williams was put into a tough situation. You don't even need to score. You don't even need to score. Just make them think, because then you start having them having to keep players back. If you watch what happened with Kaizer Chiefs when Sundowns played Kaizer Chiefs, there was a point, Rulani explained it, where he was like, Umudau, they were basically afraid of what might happen if Umudau goes and it's just Umvala versus the fast guys. So they had him come back. Then later on in the game, they were like, "Hey man, there's no threat, we're pushing him forward." That's what you do to Sundowns. Up front, they tend to be over elaborate, but because Nabo, they're playing a team that can't play low block, Koke and CBC are going to be in trouble a lot this game, I believe, unless Pirates gets disciplined with their fullbacks. You have to be disciplined. You cannot have Munyane or Shandu or Maku. You can't have everybody go, and then because you don't play a proper CDM, you leave your defense exposed. And Sundowns, Shalulile, Zwane, they will expose them if that happens. So it's going to be a very interesting match. I think the two things we have to think about for me very deeply is one, on Sundowns' side, Rulani hasn't been perfect this season, and they don't necessarily have that many clear-cut chances that they create in games. So that might be a bit of a plus for Pirates. But then on the Pirates side, there's a lot of psychological stuff. So obviously we know they got knocked out of CAF, the CAF Champions League, before they could even get to the group stages. So that plays on the mind that maybe they have a point to prove going into this game. But also Pirates, again, it's not a team that can play quietly. Pirates can't play a quiet game. Pirates need to be up and at them and running and have it be back and forth, high tempo with the crowd on their side in order for them to be successful. So I'm going to ask the same question I ask every single time when Pirates plays. What's going to happen when it's 1-0, or if it becomes 1-0, or if it becomes frustrating? and the crowd is no longer on your side, and the crowd is no longer singing. I hear Abo Malume Kutso, I hear Abo Rivo, who are diehard fans, but a full stadium is not going to be diehard fans. And we've already seen how quickly they turn on them at Orlando Stadium when it was going wrong versus Sundowns. So that's going to be something that plays into this. You know, are you going to be overexcited when you go into this match? Because not overexcited, but you've got such a point to prove that you overplay. That's something you put you take into consideration. What happens in the quiet moments of the game? If Saleng is on form like he's been this whole time, if you're not getting the type of game that you are strong at, what happens in those situations? People have spoken about Sundowns. Sundowns has played Wydad has done all that stuff. But on the Sundowns side, an overexcited Pirates can be a plus for Pirates, because Sundowns, when tested, they do things. When tested, they start getting out of shape. And if Pirates can put certain players under pressure, we'll see something. But guys, I went over. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 12:30, and then also we'll do the watch along 6 p.m. On Saturday for this game. If you have not followed, please follow, guys. I'm also going to come back and just, again, I'm pleading with you. Having these platforms is tough to keep them up. We need your support. So if you can donate to the Capitec number that's on the screen, please do. If you can watch the videos, please watch them on YouTube, because there's monetization opportunities there. But also, guys, there's memberships on YouTube for as little as 20 Rand a month. It's 20 Rand, 60 Rand, and 150 Rand. You can choose whichever one you need to. You can do 20 Rand a month. I know it goes a long way, very long way, to help keep these platforms up. It's hard, guys, to do this full time without having that support. So guys, please, if you can donate a little something, as Senzo had done, Senzo Malinga had done, as another one who doesn't want to be named has done, they donated 100 Rand each. Umtosta, Buinela, Sperado, Sarane are TikTok subscribers, and then Exquisite Photo and Video and Pumindo Beni have subscribed on the 20 Rand casual overthinker level on YouTube. So guys, please, I beg you, please support us so that we can carry on doing this. It's important to have platforms like this where us fans can come in and speak about it, because anywhere else, we're only watching former players, we're only watching analysts, we're only watching curated conversations on both Supersport and things like that. But it's important to please support us, because they're bankrolled by both SABC, by both Supersport. We need to be bankrolled by you guys. So please, guys, support your content creators that create these platforms. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. There's videos up on TikTok. There's videos up on Facebook and YouTube. Please also watch those too. It's been great. We'll see each other again 12:30 tomorrow. Also, thank you to Rivo, Abuti Kutso, and Duvo for sending through some gifts there. Thank you, guys. See you guys tomorrow, 12:30.